Our wildlife pond with a built-in Hibernaculum by UK Amphibians and All Things Wildlife. Part 35. Our wildlife pond tour in September 2023. It's the 1st of September 2023 and here we take you on a walk around our wildlife pond in September. If you didn't watch our previous videos, we showed you what our wildlife pond looked like in August. Now we are showing you what our wildlife pond looks like in September. The purple flower here is water mint. This attracts a lot of bees and insects to the pond, which is brilliant to see at this time of the year. As you can see, we've got plenty of flies, and bees and insects flying around the plant. And there is some more water mint as well. The yellow flower here is a bird's foot trefoil with the lovely bee flying on it. The purple flower here is our purple cornflower. This flower here is our Yaris plant. We planted around the edge of the pond. And it looks nice when it flowers at this time of year in September. This plant here is wild marjoram. The purple flower here is a Lyostris plant, I believe, purple Lyostris. Some more yellow bird's foot trefoil there. Some more wild marjoram here. Here is the seed heads of one of our purple loosestrife plants. And just see one of our pond plants with a nice purple flower on it there. The stick sticking out of the side of the pond is our dragonfly perch. The yellow flower that we just passed there is a yellow cornflower. Here's some more water mint flowering lovely. So plants that are flowering around the edge of the pond at this time of year is water mint, bird's foot trefoil, some more water mint there, Yaris plant, wild marjoram. It's the 4th of September 2023. And the purple cornflower is starting to go over now. The Yaris plant is still flowering nicely. Some of the purple loosestrife is gone to seed now. This plant here that's coming up is a wild carrot. You can see the bird's foot trefoil plants have gone to seed now, which I'll leave these to overwinter for any birds that want to eat them. Still a few yellow flowers there from the bird's foot trefoil, but these are the most of the seeds from the bird's foot trefoil, which I'll leave on the plant for animals to eat over winter, especially the birds. You see some of the water mint starting to go over now and going to seed. Same again, I'll just leave the seeds on the plant. Some self-seed around the garden, around the edge of the pond too, and they also help feed the birds. You can see my purple loosestrife flowers starting to get to the end of the flowering period now, and they start going to seed. This plant here is a Devil's Bit scabious, which is a lovely plant to put around the edges of your pond. Some more bird's foot trefoil going to seed here. The yellow flowers is what's left over from the bird's foot trefoil. You see the side of the pond, all the stony area, this is where our Hibernaculum is. And if you haven't seen part 1, we actually show you how we build the pond and its full Hibernaculum. So search for part 1 and you will see the complete pond build and the complete build of our Hibernaculum in that video. This is some of the wild carrot that's gone to flower. This is a really nice flower and it attracts a lot of insects to the wild carrot plant. This is one of my wildflowers, purple wildflowers. Look, there's flowering around the edge of the pond. I've just scattered quite a few wildflower seeds. Same with this is another wildflower seed. Put a comment in the comment section below and tell me what plant that was. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. I do know what it is, but I'd like to give you guys some chance to talk back and let me know what your answer is for that. It's the 6th of September 2023. I'm going around the garden on our buddleia plant. We find a lovely red admiral butterfly. These are a lovely butterfly that are always nectaring at this time of year, and it's nectaring on one of my dwarf buddleia plants, which flower a lot longer than the normal buddleias, to be honest. The dwarf buddleia attracts loads of types of butterflies to my garden, so I have planted quite a few dwarf buddleias around the garden. I've also took some cuttings off them and put them in some plant pots to grow more, because the dwarf buddleia does flower a lot longer than the normal buddleia plant, which is brilliant to see, because the normal buddleia plant in my garden flowers not really that long, and you have to cut the flower heads off to try and get some more flowers out of the plant. But this dwarf buddleia plant does flower a lot longer than the other ones. So if you want to buy a buddleia plant, I would recommend buying one of these dwarf buddleia plants. Not only does it flower a lot longer, it attracts plenty of butterflies as well. It's the 10th of September 2023, and here is a lovely bee nectaring on what's left of the bird's foot trefoil around the edge of the pond. It's the 18th of September 2023. The temperature outside is currently 15 degrees. As you can see, it started to rain. A lot of the plants around the edge of the pond now is starting to go over, stop flowering, and a lot is going to seed now. Here's some more seed on the bird's foot trefoil. The rain today is bringing out our lovely baby common frogs. which are hopping about. As you can see here, this is a baby common frog, which has actually morphed this year from all the tadpoles we showed you in our previous videos. And as you can see, he's getting quite big now, so he's been feeding on all the insects around the edge of the pond. So if you haven't seen my other videos, I give you plenty of hints and tips on how to feed baby frogs and baby toads. So go and have a good look at all my other videos in previous episodes from January all the way to September now. All the stone wall here is our Hibernaculum. As mentioned before, search for part 1. It shows you how we build the Hibernaculum and the complete pond build as well. So the rain is starting to come down a bit more now. But like I say, this does bring out the amphibians as well, if there's any around the garden. The baby amphibians, the baby frogs, the baby toads, the baby newts will start to move as they like to move in the wet rain. The temperature is okay as well today. It's a nice temperature for the amphibians. It's the 20th of September 2023. It's 16 degrees outside. The rain has slowed down now. We've been later in the day. The algae bloom on the pond, as the temperature is starting to get cooler. We're getting later on the year now. It's starting to clear up a bit. Still plenty of ground cover for all the baby amphibians to hide in. But it'll soon start to die off as the weather gets cooler, as it's getting towards the back end of the year now. The Yaris plant is going over with the looks of things with the wind today. The wild majorum has stopped flowering now, and that will be going to seed now. So with all the seeds around the edges of the pond, I do leave them over winter for the birds to feed on, and then after that I do collect the seeds and replant them for the following year to try and get more things growing around the garden. And by doing this, I get more and more wildflower plants growing back every year around the edge of the pond and around in and around the garden. This is our dragonfly perch, which is still going nice and strong. Joel Ashton gave us the idea to create this dragonfly perch, and if you look in our previous videos, it does actually work, and it attracts the dragonflies, which they do sit on it as it's a high focal point, so they can keep an eye on any predators that are about, and then they can look over the pond, and they can also predate the insects flying around the pond, which that's what dragonflies feed on. It's the 21st of September 2023, and here is another lovely red admiral butterfly feeding on the nectar on our dwarf buddleia plant. This is one of the main reasons I do have buddleia plants planted in the garden, because it does attract a lot of species of butterflies, including this nice red admiral butterfly here. Here's a nice close-up view of the red admiral butterfly. Other butterflies the dwarf buddleia attracts is tortoiseshell butterflies. It also attracts painted lady butterflies, peacock butterflies. If you haven't seen a peacock butterfly, these are one of my favourite butterflies. This here is another red admiral butterfly. So as you can see, we've got two beautiful red admiral butterflies on our buddleia plant today. I could sit here all day and watch the butterflies just feeding on the nectar of the plants. The host plant for the red admiral butterfly is stinging nettles. So if you could save a nice patch in your garden, I know not everybody likes stinging nettles, but it would help them lay their eggs on there, and then the caterpillars will hatch out there and eat all the nettles, and then obviously form into a chrysalis and then hatch out into a stunning red admiral butterfly like this one here. Stinging nettles are an host plant for a lot of butterflies too, so it's just not for the red admiral butterfly as well. This is the stunning painted lady butterfly. This is feeding on some Verbena bonariensis. So the Verbena bonariensis plant is also a good plant that flowers at this time of year. Is a great food source for nectar. Thanks for watching part 35, everyone. Stay tuned and hit the notification bell and hit subscribe for part 36, which is coming out real soon, and this will be the October wildlife pond tour. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like and comment on all our videos, and don't forget to subscribe to see more amazing content like this by UK Amphibians and all things wildlife today.